What's up, everybody? This is a quick look at the Nightblade build I use for just about all of my PvE content. I am a Nightblade main, contrary to most of what you'll see on my stream and other things, but my Nightblade has been my main character since I've switched to PC, and I use a version of a meta PvE build to do like all of my solo content, and I'm going to show you what that is, and I'm going to explain how to change it just a little bit so that you can run bigger group content with almost the same stuff. So let's get into it. We'll start with the stat sheet. I'm a dark elf. I'm running all points in stamina. I'm running the Lover Mundus Stone with Bewitched Sugar Skulls for my food. This character is a werewolf right now. That is nothing close to required or needed or even good or bad. It makes us take 25% more poison damage, but I'm just using it for some cheesy stuff that I'll explain in another video about. You can use werewolf to do arenas really easily. It's not needed, but I was doing it for a video and I needed to get my achievements done. So that's what that's for. So disregard lycanthropy. Everything else is what we're looking for. For our item sets, I am using a one-piece Balor. Raises our weapon and spell damage. It's heavy with a tri-stat. It's from a PvP build, but it's a nice little one-piece. It's in Divines. Other than that, we are using Reliquins. Full body set. We are using Ring of the Pale Order, and we're using Pillar of Nirn. I'm using front bar, Pillar of Nirn, dual wield, and in my back bar, two-hand, is the Maelstrom's Perfected Battle Axe. Technically, I've been told the best in slot is the sword, but I had the Battle Axe. It doesn't need to be perfected because that just gives us that other 1190 offensive penetration. But I got this for being on the leaderboard for Maelstrom a few weeks ago, so that's just what it is. On your Pillars of Nirn front hands, you want to use the main hand Nirnhone. The second hand would probably be better any other thing than powered, but I like powered because we do a lot of self-healing with this. And that's our item set. Everything would probably be best in Divines. I have most in Divines, but as you know from most of my builds, I tell everyone that things such as traits don't have to be absolutely perfect for overland stuff unless you are super mid-maxing, in which case do everything in Divines. On our jewelry, everything is bloodthirsty with weapon and spell damage enchants. And that's why we have that high weapon and spell damage for our champion points. We are running Thaumaturge, Deadly Aim, Wrathful Strikes, Fighting Finesse, and Rejuvenation, Fortified, Boundless Vitality, Bloody Renewal. Very straightforward. The blues are your standards for PvE build, and then reds are also standard. Green, whatever you want to do. For our skills, I am running Blood Craze, Barbed Trap, Surprise Attack, Merciless Resolve. I'll touch on while we're doing that one there. Twisting Path, and In-Cap Strike. Back bar, we are doing Stampede, Razor Caltrops, Carve, Dark Cloak. This is a flex spot, but I really like this one. Resolving Vigor, and Lycanthropy. Again, that is just not needed. That is on there just because I like using it for fun. Your best bet for something like that for the back bar could be something like Temporal Guard. Of course, you could run Meteor back there. Temporal Guard will give you that minor protection while on the back bar. There's plenty of things you could run on that back bar. Another big one is Soul Shred. That is great for PvE solo content. So, I run Merciless Resolve, which is the magic version of the two Relentless Focus morphs. And I run this because it does more damage, 196 magic damage, and it heals you for 53%. That is way more healing. It's not disease damage, it's magic damage. So there is a little bit of a difference there. But for this build, we're not stacking anything that does extra disease damage, so that disease difference isn't going to do us any good. And that 53% health is great because that stacks on top of the Ring of the Pale Order that we're already getting 20% of our damage done. So it's a big heal when you hit that. Now, in the back flex spot, Dark Cloak, you could swap that out for Healthy Offering. You could swap it out for Leeching Strikes. You could even put Power Extraction on there for more AoE damage. It's up to you. And the ult you're going to use anyways is going to be In-Cap Strike. That's what you're going to be focusing on. For potions, I'm using Crown Store Tripots or just self-crafted Tripots. And that's the entirety of the build. Everything, of course, as you know, Relic Winds is all in medium. So now I'll also touch on, if you're going to go do group content, get rid of Ring of the Pale Order and swap it out with the Harpooner's Waiting Kilt. Harpooner's Waiting Kilt is another mythic. You would just simply swap out your Relican Guards with a Relican Ring and then put Harpooner's Waiting Kilt there. Of course, Ring Bloodthirsty like we do with PvE stuff. And then the Guards would then be the Harpooner's Waiting Kilt, which you would keep in Divines with Stam Enchant. And that would then be for your group content. And then you can run the exact same items. Of course, Perfected Relicans is better. I don't have Perfected Relicans in a full set, so I'm using Standard. But this build, the way it is, runs perfectly fine with solo content. I can solo any world boss I run into. The healing is great. The DOT is great. I do good damage. I can just run around, do all the content. And then when I want to go do a trial with friends or guilds, all I have to do is swap out that ring for the kilt, and I'm good to go. And I'm doing big trial damage. So, yeah, this is a nice setup that you can do to do anything in the game with very minimal changing to go from solo to group. Yeah, and this is, now you know what my main runaround build is. So, yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, come by the channel, and stop by the stream. Thanks for coming out.